Hello and welcome to this episode of Motivational Maps Live with me, Mark Terrell from the Reluctant Leader Academy. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about promoting interdependence. And the reason being that, well, I'm not going to go into that just yet because obviously I've got some, I need to go into that in the right order. But we're going to show you how Motivational Maps can play a part in that. It's key to teams, and so we're not going to let's get diving into it. You might realise I'm shuffling or suffering a little bit with COVID at the moment, but it's all safe. I've got a screen here that protects you from me, so my brain isn't quite as it should be, but we'll crack on anyway. So. Interdependency. Promoting independency of the team is essential. It's one of the key elements with regards to creating a team. So let's just crack on and look into, first of all, I think we should look at why do we need a team, which is a valid question, isn't it? Because, what is a team essentially? So the first reason would be teams outperform groups. So we've all been members of what was supposed to be a team, but actually turns out to be a group in that we just are part of a function, that we do a job. We might be part of a sales team or a marketing team, but we don't really work with others. We just have our own thing to do, and we don't have to really sort of interact and rely on others. And if we think about a team in respect to maybe a team that's on on a boat, we've got key people you've got key roles within the boat that need to be done, and if somebody doesn't do their job, then that's obviously going to affect everybody else. So teams are definitely going to outperform a group because each individual has their responsibilities. Another way to think about this is that rather than teams being, say, a 5-man team being 5 individual ones plus and adding them together, actually when you are making the most of everybody's individual skills, knowledge and motivations, then you can work towards getting a multiplication of everyone within that team, and the results are exponentially much bigger. So there's some good reasons why we should be promoting teams and having an ethos around teams being what we need to develop in every one of our businesses. Right, so the question then is to ask, well, what are the characteristics of a team? So I suggest there are 4 characteristics. Firstly, the team needs a clear remit. So this is about what are they trying to achieve, what are the objectives, and making sure that everyone's aware of what that objective is. Sometimes that can be a bit woolly and not really explicitly clear about what we're trying to do. So a clear remit is essential. Secondly, everyone's got to believe in the team ethos. So believe that they are part of a team and that they play a role in that team, and that they believe that the team ethos is going to get better results. As it's been mentioned, there's an acronym, the TEAM is Together Everyone Achieves More. So hopefully that is going to be the case if we promote the belief that that teams are the best idea, rather than all working independently. Next one is accountability to each other, and also I would suggest accountable to the organisation or the business. And that's accountability is essential to make sure that people deliver what they should be delivering. And if we don't have accountability, quite often we can go off track. And when it's a two-way thing, if we are keeping other people accountable and they're keeping us accountable, then it's not a matter of anybody being in charge. It's that people all taking responsibility for each other and checking in and keeping everybody on track to make sure that we're not going to hold up the team's progress. Hello, Adrian. Nice for you to join me on this short trip into motivational maps and teams. And the fourth thing is interdependency is essential, is what we're talking about today. So this is about making sure that everyone's aware of what everyone's responsibility towards the team is, and also being able to call on other people when we're needed. So interdependency is something that really is linchpin to how the team works and how the team is actually going to be effective in delivering that remit that it's been given. So there's the four characteristics of a team. So next, let's delve into a little bit more about what interdependency is. So interdependency, if I could say it, is each individual's abilities are necessary. So everybody in the team has got to appreciate what each other is bringing to the party, as it were, or bringing to the team. So individual abilities also, but also we're talking about motivations here. So we also need to realize that everyone brings a motivational energy to the team as well, which is actually important, and that we've got to make sure that everyone's heading in the right direction with regards to where they want to go, which we'll delve into a little bit more detail in a second. Everyone is self-reliant and proactive. So although we're in a team, we've got to do our own thing. So it's not about being dependent. It's about being independent. So we can operate on our own, but realizing that, going back to that, being accountable to ourselves, and also being accountable to others, and making sure that we can operate on our own, but realizing that we have responsibilities to others as well. Thirdly, we share the resources of other people. So this is a key element, realizing what other people bring to the team, and then we can call on what they bring to the team when it's necessary. So what we're doing here is we're not duplicating so that everyone needs to know everything. What we need to do is realize that everyone has their strengths. And if we can make the most of everybody's strengths rather than making everybody a jack of all trades, then that exponential performance that we're going to get from the team is going to be multiplied, as opposed to trying to make everybody do everything, then have specialists that are in the team that come to deliver and have part of what the team is assigned to deliver. So how can motivational maps help in this, as we were talking about motivational maps here? So motivational maps, when we use them, we will know what energy everyone brings to the party or the team. I keep saying party, don't I? What everybody brings to the team. And this is interesting because a lot of people don't associate motivation with energy, but actually it's the thing that makes us do what we do and what we don't do. So motivation is the motive to take action. So we've got to be clear on our individual motives, and we've got to be clear on the motives of others, and also the overall motivations for the team. And that gives us an idea of where it's heading, where the energy is heading. Essentially, what makes us move is the energy that we need to go to where we want to go. Adrian, Mark, is there a way of influencing the team leader if you are part of a team? Influencing the team leader if you're part. Well, that's a good question, actually. I'm not going to cover it on this show, actually, but yes, the answer is yes, you can. But I think it's a two-way thing. Influence is a big topic, and I think with regards to understanding how people influence others, it's very much in line with what we want, and what we want is driven by motivation. So it might be an idea for me to do that on another motivational Maps live show. Thank you for that. So back to the how motivational maps can help with promoting interdependence in the team. We can also know that what everyone's strengths are, and understanding how we can help each other with regards to the things that motivate us. So again, we're not focusing just on skills. We're talking about actually what is it that you need from me to make you able to deliver the best for the team. And if we can promote that by sharing our motivations with others, that's a good thing. But it does depend a little bit, or actually a great deal, on trust, which is important for any team to function anyway. There's got to be a high degree of trust in the team, and if that's missing, then all the work we might do with regards to sharing motivations may well be turn out to be not worthwhile. And then finally, reducing the chance of motivational conflicts blocking teams' objectives being achieved. So when we know what we're trying to achieve for the team, go back to the remit, we can then make sure that the motivational drivers are in line with what the outcome we're trying to work towards, because there's nothing worse than bringing a team together that is not really wanting to get the outcome. So for instance, if you could bring a lot of people together that are trying to do something that is very about maybe a process driven thing to make things more efficient, then there's particular motivations behind that will help that situation to become solved. But there's other motivations which will actually move against that situation. So we're talking about change there. So if someone is motivated by change, then there's going to be a little bit of resistance with a team which is designed to make things more secure and stable. So you can see there's an energy flow difference there. And so we can avoid that happening by making sure that the motivations are in line with the remit of the team, and also with regards to the interdependency of the team, realizing that we need a mix of motivations, but essentially we need to have the motivations in line with the remit and the objectives of the team. So I hope you found that useful. These are fairly short little delves into motivational maps and how they can solve lots of problems within a business. If you would like to find out more about motivational maps, there's probably more videos either on this page, wherever you're watching, or on the social media platform that you've watched it on. I'll share the link to previous episodes in the comments when I've finished. And there's one which I go into the team map data, and which is a useful dive into how motivational maps within the team can be used to make sure that individuals aren't being left behind and motivations are all being met within the team. So thanks for joining us. Thank you, Adrian, for your comments and your questions. But for now, I bid you farewell. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon for the next episode of Motivational Maps Live.